Hello, a very warm welcome to Happy Hands Knitting Podcast. My name is Nadine and I'm coming to you from northern New South Wales in Australia, and I'm originally from Montreal, Canada. This has only happened twice before, but I actually thought I was recording this entire video only to discover as I was editing the video that the video didn't exist. So I don't know what happened, but somehow I just recorded this whole thing and it did not stick. So here I go, take two. Hopefully I'll remember everything that I talked about, and yeah, hopefully I won't feel like I'm living deja vu. Okay, so this is a knitting podcast, and today I have some knitting to share, some sewing, and as well as some future mending that I'm going to need to do. And I'm wearing my Hinterland dress by Sew Liberated. I'll just stand on the stool again. Okay. That's just to show you I added a tier to it because it was originally, so I added a tier to it. It was originally, the short sleeve version with the tie. And I had made this one. This is the only one I've ever made, the shorter version of the skirt, but I just felt like it was too short with this lightweight fabric. So I went ahead and added a tier. I chatted about how I did it in another video, but basically I added a chunk of extra fabric that was 1.5 times the length of the skirt, and gathered it and sewed it to the bottom. And very easy and very effective. And now it's a maxi dress. I actually thought it was only gonna be just a little bit longer, but it's pretty much to the ground. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I'm very happy to fix something that I made that I wasn't super happy with, so that I will wear it. Okay, so for knitting today, this does feel like deja vu, by the way. I'm making for my daughter a cardigan, and it is based on a photo I'll post here that she found on TikTok or Instagram or something. And it is not a pattern. Someone reached out to me on Ravelry and asked what the pattern was for that pullover, but I don't think it is a pattern. I think it's a pre-made sweater that you buy, but I have no idea where it's from or what brand or anything, so sorry about that. But it was just the inspiration for what she wants me to make her. So this one was a pullover, but she wants it to be a cardigan. And I kind of zoomed in on that photo, and I feel like it's brioche or fisherman's rib or half fisherman's rib, something like that. So I decided to knit it in half fisherman's rib, which I haven't done before. I actually just searched on YouTube for how to do it, and I found a really easy method where one row, because it's knit flat, one row is just knit and the other row is knit stitch below purl, continue. So it's very, very easy. And this is how the fabric is turning out. And I'm sure it's gonna stretch open, because right now it's sitting quite tight, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna stretch open once it's blocked. So I'm not sure which is the front or the back. I'll have a look with my daughter and we'll figure out which side she likes better. Okay, so I have 4 balls. This is Bendigo Woollen Mills Rustic Tweed in the color Hickory, 10 ply, and I bought 4 balls. They're 200-gram balls. And I was a little bit worried after I finished the first ball that I was gonna run out, because this stitch eats a lot of yarn. But now I'm pretty convinced. I've just finished the second ball and I've got most of the body done. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more than enough. I cast it on the bottom, and I didn't do a hem. So like I said, I was worried about not having enough yarn. So I thought I'd add the hem later. I might just do a different kind of rib, like maybe 1x1 rib or 2x2, I'm not sure, just to differentiate the hem. Or I may not do a hem, we'll see. Depends if she wants it to be longer or not. So I've done started from the bottom, and it's a cardigan, so I did the giant rectangle, and then I divided for the back, which is in the middle here. And I've done a little bit of neck shaping there in the middle. So she wants it to be quite oversized, and I feel like it's going to be very, very oversized. So that's perfect. So the tricky bit where I'm at, I put a little video at the beginning to show that I actually did this bit first, but I put it on hold because I was a bit overwhelmed thinking about, because the button band's on the side. Where's the other side here? So yeah, I'm not done this side, but you know, the neck goes like this. So if it was in the middle, it'd be easy just to do the decreases like that, like cast off a few and then decrease for the neck hole. But because it's off-centered, I wanted to finish the back first and have a look, and I measured up 31 stitches to the back, and then I said, okay, I think I just have to do one decrease here to 30 stitches. And then now that, I hope this makes sense. Now that I'm on this side, I'm gonna have to keep 30 stitches here so that both shoulders match. And then here, I'm actually gonna have to bind off some stitches right here, but leave a few here to decrease. So it goes on the upward section of the neck hole, if that makes any sense. So it'll be like that. So yeah, a little bit of math involved. I'll show it again. My little book where I was like trying to figure out the numbers there. So I think it's gonna work, and if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm happy to rip it out. I'm having a lot of fun experimenting making this. I highly recommend trying to make your own pattern from scratch. It's really challenging and fun, and you learn a lot along the way. Yeah, so the next step is going to be seaming the shoulders together, and then I think I'll do the arms. So when I recorded this previously, I was debating if I should do it in the round or flat. So the benefits of doing it flat are, like I said, every second row is knit. So if I do that in the round, I feel like, does that mean every second row is purl, which is not as fun? And the other benefit of doing it separate is I can knit it flat and I don't have to attach it straight away. I can just knit it on its own, which means it won't be as heavy in my lap, and you know, every time I'm flipping it around, it won't be as much bulk. So that kind of appeals to me. And then once the sleeves are done, they're just gonna be straight sleeves, oversized. I'll seam them together. And then I just have the neck to do. She wants a really big turtleneck with the matching buttons on the side. So when she opens it, they kind of will flop out like that. So I think I'm also going to do that bit in 1x1 or 2x2 rib, just to differentiate it from the body, which I think the original picture also has the big wide neck. So I feel like that'll look really nice. And yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully I finish this before the weather warms up too much. Today is a beautiful day. This is why I'm wearing short sleeves. It's like, it just feels like spring today. It's a really beautiful day, which is a bit sad if you really love wearing warm woolies, but what can you do? Can't stop the seasons from changing. Okay, I think that's all I can say about that. For sewing, last week I showed you I bought this fabric from Supercheap Fabrics in Melbourne. It was in a remnants bin, and it was $20 for 2.5 meters of 1.45 centimeter wide fabric. And I also bought this matching thread there. And it said that it was linen and cotton blend. It didn't say the percentages, but feeling it now, I definitely say it's more cotton than linen. It has a lot more structure than most linen that I felt has. And here they are. I did mention the Chanterelle pants by Sew Liberated. Again, this is weird re-recording. Chanterelle pants by Sew Liberated, and this is the View B. I was debating if I should buy a new pants pattern, but in the end I decided I already have this pattern. I know that I like the fit of it, and I thought that this fabric would suit the View B, which has the bottoms that kind of come together with little pleats. I guess that's the Chanterelle part. It kind of looks a little bit like a mushroom. They kind of come in a little bit at the cuff, whereas the View A go wide leg, and I have 3 pairs of those already. This is the second one of View B. I've not done the shorts. This is a great pattern. There's lots of options in it. But yeah, and it has these patch pockets. The wide leg version has got that other kind that's not a patch, but I think it's, what is it called? A pocket? No, not a pocket. A bag pocket? I'm not sure. But anyways, here they are. And I also ran out of elastic. So I managed to find a few scraps and sew them together. So hopefully that's gonna do the trick and it won't come undone. I never do those stitches that go across here. Maybe I've done it once. I just worry that the quality of the elastic will loosen over time. And then I'm really stuck with all these stitches going through the elastic and it'll be really hard to fix. So that's the reason that I don't sew through there. My patch pockets in the back shifted as I was sewing them. This one I think is moved, so that's meant to be a little bit higher, which is a bit annoying, but I don't really think that you'll be able to tell. I don't know if anyone's staring at my butt that closely. Maybe my husband. Sorry girls if you're watching. No, they don't watch. The struggle was real with my sewing machine today. I don't know if it's because I'm using this thread. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a bit weird, this thread. It's the Gutermann, which I normally buy, but it's 100% cotton quilting. So I'm not sure if it's really meant to be in the machine or if it's meant to be for hand quilting. But like I said, I wanted to use cotton because I like the idea of the whole thing being compostable. And it seemed strong. It's very strong. But yeah, I don't know if the machine didn't like it, but my tension was always a bit funny. And then also I was getting that bird nesting. So if you don't know, under the machine where the bobbin is, sometimes you can get the thread underneath gets like a bird's nest, and then the whole machine just freezes up and you have to cut it open, rip it apart. So that was driving me crazy. It did that so many times that finally I pulled up the plates and I got in there and removed a lot of the lint and dust, which probably needed to be done anyways. And it was a little bit smoother after that, but it was, yeah, the machine and I were not having it today. But I got there in the end. I'll put a little video at the end of me wearing the pants so you can see what they look like. I didn't want to wear them today so that I was able to pick them up and show you. Okay. For mending, I've got these socks, and speaking of mushrooms, these are some little socks that I also just, I don't know if you could say I designed the sock. I just did this little colorwork pattern at the top, which is meant to be like little toadstools. And these were knit in. I'm trying not to use nylon in my socks from now on. And it's not going good. It's not going good at all. The Retrosaria Pomar Mondim, Retrosaria Rosa Pomar Mondim socks that I made a little while ago, they've got holes in them. These I made also not that long ago, and both of them have holes in the toes. This sock yarn was called Onion, and it's superwash yarn, but it's not the plasticized superwash yarn, and it's got nettle instead of nylon, but I'm so bummed. I pulled them out of the wash and yeah, twin holes. So I'm gonna have to mend those, I guess, with a patch. I'm not sure which method I'll use this time, but I'm so bummed because I really like the idea of not using nylon, but I don't know, these socks without the nylon are just not lasting. So do you have a recommendation? Have you tried another sock yarn without nylon and had success? Is it maybe something I'm doing? Do I need to go down a needle size so the fabric's a bit tighter? I don't know, any suggestion would be welcome, because you socks are not a fast knit, and to get holes in them just really sucks. I don't know what else to say. I'm a little bit more giddy on this second round of videotaping. All right, I think that's all that I have to chat about today. I hope that you have something to keep your hands happy, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Please give me a like if you like the video and consider subscribing. I do try to put out a video every week. Let me know down in the comments where you're watching from. of what you're working on, or do you have a sock recommendation? Have you have you sewn the chanterelle pants? And have you ever tried to knit from your imagination without a pattern, or to try to copy something that you already own, or alter a pattern so drastically that it's not really the same? Let me know. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.